Coming up next, I'm going to compare two what are considered Aventus clones. Of course, Club de Nuit Intense Man. This is the Parfum. And then Cedrat Boise from, of course, Mancera. I'm going to give you my opinions and tell you which one I think is the better fragrance. In my opinion, find out what it is coming up next. Welcome back, everybody, to Joel the Nose. Thank you, as always, for watching, everybody. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following, for your comments. If you haven't already subscribed and you find this useful, I'd love for you to go ahead and follow me and subscribe, and you can ring the bell for notifications. And of course, you can like this video if you found it useful, helpful, or enjoyable in any way. So today's video is going to be comparing two of the Creed Aventus clones, for lack of a better word. Some may consider these clones, some may not, some may consider them similar, whatever you want to do. I'm just kind of using a general terminology. But first, where I'm talking about, as you saw from the top of the video, I have from Mancera, Cedrat Boise, came out in 2011. And then you have Club de Nuit Intense Man from Armaf, and this is the EDP. I said Parfum at the, I think the opening of the video, I meant EDP, or Eau de Parfum. This is not a Parfum, the Parfum concentrate. So I've had these both for years. They're really good fragrances. You know, I've done videos before in the past, a number of them regarding Club de Nuit. My feelings on it, my thoughts on it, you know, and I gotta be honest, my feelings kind of change over the years depending on, you know, like everything in fragrance and how I feel. And, you know, I don't recommend or subscribe to knockoffs or dupes, but the reality is that's life, whether it be in any type of fashion. If something does really well, you have companies that kind of make something similar. And look, if you're loving, you know, Creed Aventus, which is probably the most influential and most popular niche fragrance in the last 15 years or so, you know, but you don't want to spend $400 or don't have the $400 like most people don't, let's be honest, Club de Nuit is a great alternative. Again, I get it. I'm someone who makes my own perfumes. I don't want someone to take a gas, you know, chromatography machine and rip off what I'm doing and sell it. You know, I don't like that part of it. So I'm always kind of torn on this because I also feel that everybody should be able to smell great and have access to great perfumes, even if they can't afford some of those outrageous prices. So again, take that for what it is, you know, or take that for what it is. Again, generally though, of course, you see my channel, I talk about the high quality niche perfumes. So what are my feelings on Cedrat Boise and Club de Nuit? Are they really clones? Are they knockoffs? You know, this one, of course, came out basically within a year or so after Creed Aventus. So this was one of the very first ones. You have all these different pineapple fragrances that came out after that some consider different or better versions. I think this is really, it's interesting. I don't think it's a clone of Creed Aventus. If you look at the note breakdown, there are some differences. It's very similar. It's essentially the same. But this one's a little bit more, to me, Cedrat Boise is a little bit more fruity than Creed Aventus. And I always like, by the way, I like the bottles. I like how everything twists on here. Let's see. You know, it's a simple bottle. The Mancera, they all kind of have that similar fashion there. This is a little bit more fruity. You look at the dry down, the notes and the base aren't the same. I believe this has cedar versus, you know, Creed Aventus is, you're not going to see cedar listed. You are going to see ambergris. You're going to see musk. You're going to see obviously that kind of black currant, bergamot, that whatever it is, that kind of like pineapple smell. Those are all prevalent in both Club de Nuit and Cedrat Boise. But in my opinion, if you look at these two fragrances here, Club de Nuit, by the way, this is like a 125 ml bottle, I believe, for like 35, 40 bucks. So it's super cheap. It's a great value. I've recommended it. I have people that I know they bought it and they love it. They wear it all the time. They feel like they're wearing Creed Aventus, and it's a wonderful price. I get it. I've done a video in the past where I said I bought this because I bought it in the past to compare, of course, and do videos with. I don't really wear it. I had an EDT version I gave to my teenage son at the time. Perfect for him, perfect for young guys looking to get into fragrance. But I think if you're really looking at a comparison of these two, this one is really not just a pure clone of Creed Aventus. And that's why I like this better. And if I had to pick between these two, I'm picking Cedrat Boise. It's a classic. It's very popular, obviously. It's been around now for over 10 years. You're talking 12 years. It's held its own. It's held its own. You got to look at something that has longevity. And I don't just mean in the longevity of the fragrance on your skin, but the longevity in the marketplace. It's done very well. You know, you're still talking under $200. You're talking less than half the price of Creed Aventus. Obviously a lot more than Club de Nuit, but this is a higher quality fragrance. If you look at the materials, you look at the note breakdown, and again, it is different. Like if you spray, I'm just gonna put them both on my hands right now just to give my initial impression. You spray, okay. You get, I mean, to me, it really smells like Creed Aventus. I know a lot of people disagree with me on this, but I think that if you put them one-on-one next to each other, which I've done. If you go back, I've done a video where I compare an original version from like 2011 of Creed Aventus, one of the original batches with this. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely, you know, as much as of a clone as you can get of Creed Aventus. So if that's what you're really looking for, that's what you should get. But if you really want to kind of stick to a house that's a true niche house with really good quality juice, really good quality materials, and something that it's, you know, this is a little bit drier. It's got that more Aventus dry, kind of salty, marine, pineapple. It's not as over the top on the pineapple. This one has some fruity notes that makes it a little bit more, I think, probably a little bit better of a unisex fragrance, actually, better for women and for men. I think if you look at Creed Aventus and this is really masculine. This is gonna be a little bit more unisex, a little bit more, I think, wearable, and I think it gives you a little bit of a difference. It makes it so you're not smelling exactly like everybody else who's wearing either Club de Nuit or Creed Aventus. Both of these, as far as performance, I gotta be honest with you, you know, this performs well. I get good projection, I get good performance over 8 hours. And I get the same with Cedrat Boise. I know some people don't. On my skin, I do. I have more oily skin, so fragrances tend to work well for me. I live in a very humid, hot environment, so that's good for fragrances. If you're living in a cold environment, you have drier skin, less humidity, maybe it's not gonna work as well for you, but it does for me, so I have no complaints on the projection. And again, I just think in the end, if I'm comparing the two fragrances, I like this one because it still gives you that Creed Aventus vibe, if you're looking for that, at a much cheaper price in a niche quality house that's a little bit of enough of a difference where you're not just completely copycatting it. Again, very similar, but not a total copycat. This is a complete copycat. And again, I know that this can spawn a million comments and disagreements and arguments, and that's what's great about all this. Let's all have fun. Let's all have love for each other. Let's all have disagreements, but let's all do it with respect and love and peace and love. And if that's what you're looking for, then of course Club de Nuit is it's a very good choice. But in the end, as I said, I recommend Cedrat Boise between these two fragrances if you're going for that Creed look. Creed feel, I mean. Creed Aventus feel. All right, I'll be back soon with another video. Thank you guys as always for watching. Again, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like the video if you like it. And what else can I say? Peace, love, and perfume.